Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Inside the Foul podcast brings you episode 24 with the opinions and perspectives of a couple best friends. And if you don't like that call, we've got 3 words for you. You're out of here. We are your hosts, diving deeper into the box than ever before, Chris and Ethan. So we've got a nice little treat for you guys today. We decided to reach out and we found someone who not only brings attention to the Tommy John surgeries and lots of the injuries that a lot of the players deal with, but we were able to get him to come on and join us as a guest on the podcast today, answer a few questions, and then we can talk about the Tommy John surgeries and everything. So without further ado, this is our guest, Mr. Tommy John.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, man.
So
Of course.
I'm curious, what was the reasoning? What made you want to create the social media to bring this to everyone's attention more frequently?
Just getting burned in fantasy baseball trades. You know how many times I was like, oh, like this prospect or this guy that I just traded for is going to be like, he's going to change my team. And then all of a sudden, boom, he gets Tommy John. I'm like, wait, what? Nobody reported it or anything like that. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay, cool. He got Tommy John like 2 weeks ago.
Listen, I think I've been burned by that a few times this season. I had Clark
Happens all the
Schmidt, he
time.
went out. It's just, but that's the thing. So with a lot of the players, and we've seen it more frequently over the last few years, like what have you found within your own, investigations as to like what seems to be the common denominator with this?
It's just bad coaching, honestly. Bad coaching, bad mechanics. A lot of people are blaming stuff like Driveline, but I don't know all that much about it. So, I don't know. It's a lot of things. People are saying the pitch clock, this and that, but I don't know. It's always been a lot of people getting elbow injuries, but nobody really sheds the light on it. It's just like, oh, okay, another guy getting Tommy John. But then when you look at the numbers and break it down, like how many players per season get it, it's actually pretty alarming.
Really? So
Yeah.
I have noticed it over the last few weeks. We've had 5 or 6 players go out.
I was going to say they're all on my fantasy bench right now on the IL.
Love it.
So
it's a lot, but I mean, it's not like it's a new thing where all of a sudden, oh, 40, 50 players a season are getting Tommy John. It's been going on for years, even before like the pitch clock and all this stuff. It's I wouldn't say it's getting worse. It's just continuing.
what would you are there early signs, like warning indicators for the stress of the UCL?
The first thing people notice is the drop in velocity. That's like the first way people are like, oh, okay, something's up. And then you start to see the bad outings come where they're just missing pitches. The command just, shaky. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this guy leaves early in the 4th inning, calls the trainer. So.
Because I know I addressed it early on when we started the podcast, was Roki Sasaki. He was kind of like notorious for injuries when he was in Japan, then comes to America throwing great. We noticed that during the World Baseball Classic, he's throwing 100, 101. He gets to the majors as a Dodger early on. It's 97, 98. 3 months later, it's 96, 94. And then within 2 weeks, he's out on injury.
They keep saying it's his shoulder, but from some of the doctors and people that I talk to, they don't think it's his shoulder because there's no way that all this happens and it's only the shoulder. Like that stuff, and the way his delivery is, they're like, it's concerning.
And with a lot of baseball players, when they start to feel that pain in their elbows, they'll lean a little more. They'll use more of their shoulder. They'll use more of their back, causing strains elsewhere. But the common denominator started with the elbow.
Yeah, so they try to compensate. They try to use other parts of their body. They don't use their legs enough. so they'll start to like drift their body all over the place, and then it just makes the elbow stress even more. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So would you say that like the focus on the spin rate, like the pronation and supination that they have focused on so much with the lack of sticky stuff since 2020, could that be a bigger contributor to it?
Personally, I don't know. I don't have like that firsthand experience to tell you like, yeah, the sticky stuff helps with the mechanics or not. But people have complained about it. Tyler Glass now was very adamant that like once they lost the sticky stuff, that it had an immediate effect on his mechanics, his delivery, and then led to his elbow surgery. Was it last year? Early last year, 2 years ago.
Right.
So it could be a factor. I mean, they're really trying to restrict the pitchers as much as they can. It seems like, but it's getting dangerous.
Eh,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
was gonna say it doesn't help that we had a kid in high school down here in Florida where we are pitch 120 pitches in a high school game, and he's only a junior.
Yeah, the load management, it's another whole argument because like if you look at the pitchers from prior to like 2000 and whatever 2010, they were throwing 200 innings easily, and now we're doing pitch counts, we're doing all this stuff, and it's not like it helps. We're not seeing a dip in elbow injuries with the load management and all that stuff. So mechanically, something went wrong, and everyone's chasing the Zavilo and stuff like that. And pitchers are still throwing a lot of pitches. Like they don't count the warm up pitches. They don't count the
Yeah,
bullpen sessions. So 100 pitches is not 100 pitches anymore.
yeah, it's more like 130, 140 with all the warm
Mm-hmm.
ups.
So I
I
don't know if the pitch count is really that much of a factor, but I think it could be. But what do I know? To be honest.
Well, I've also noticed kind of a rush with pitchers getting them up to the majors when they get drafted and start out as rookies. We're not seeing them develop in the minors for 2 and 3 years. You know, Skeens came out, was drafted, and was in the league 3 months later. Mackenzie Gore, we've seen it time and time again with a lot of these rookies. This year, we've got Mizorowski, you've got Chase Burns. They've all come out early. And I think that teams are getting hip to the thought process that they don't have longevity in these arms because of the obvious Tommy Johns and the workload and everything up to this point.
Yeah, I mean, pitchers are coming up with less than like 300 innings in the minors, and then they expect them to just go 150, 200 innings, like right off the bat. It's actually not okay. Like the way pitchers used to develop, they used to put innings on innings on innings in the minors, and now they're not. They're doing 3 innings here and there, 4 innings, 60 pitches, and then they get moved up. And they only did like 50 innings, 60 innings, and then they're in Double A, Triple A, and it really hurts for the development. Plus, you have the college season; they're also going another 100, so there's really no break sometimes, and then there really definitely isn't enough workload in the minors to get them ready for the major league workload that they need to deliver.
So my thing is, and I, as a youth coach, I see it more often than not because you got all these, travel ball teams, and it's become a much larger thing with youth sports that some of these kids are playing year round sports and mainly baseball, and I think that contributes a younger age into why we see it in the college level as much as we do, because I've seen kids pitch one game in a tournament 60 pitches, and then the next game they're pitching another 60 or 80, and it's like back to back days. That's not, my arm can't
No,
handle that.
it's a lot. It's a lot of stress on the arms, and I don't think coaches realize it. They don't care, and they don't teach how to pitch. They just teach them how to throw as hard as possible or throw certain pitches. So all these elbow injuries stem from the beginning, and I've said this to group chats, friends, whatever. too many kids are not being taught how to pitch. You know, it's becoming a problem, and the earlier it starts, the later they have to catch up.
Yep.
So once they get to college, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're saying, I got to pitch as often as possible. I got to have the on roster spot. I got to impress the coaches, all this stuff, and then they throw the mechanics, their training, and it hurts, and it's happening way too often, especially with the was it middle schoolers, especially. I'm seeing now. Like, I get DMs on a daily basis. Hey, can you post me? Hey, can you post me? Hey, can you post me? I'm like, yo, you're 14 years old. I'm not going to post you. Like, what?
Yeah, I feel like there's too many, not to be mean, dads out there coaching kids that don't know what they're doing and just tell them to throw it hard as possible against some of the
Yeah,
coaches we've coached against together. It's we've seen some kids we've had a meeting during games going, I'm like, this kid's arm is dead and this coach is still pitching him. Like, why are they pitching this kid? And I feel bad for the kid during the game. I'm like, this kid's arm's not going to make it to high school.
yeah, it's a real shame. Like, these kids they're just getting beat up, and it's not fair. Like, they should have a chance. You know what I
And
mean?
that's and at a younger level, they're not doing, because like I know I personally watch a lot of the Trevor Bauer content and everything and a lot of his workouts, but we're not doing little things like stretches the right way for these elbows
No.
for these kids that are still in development.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are seeing stuff that are just not possible for what they need to do. Um, they're seeing like these stretches or these movements and these trainings, and it's just really not. It doesn't benefit them anytime. So they're doing it and they keep doing it. Like, oh, this guy does it, so I have to do it. And the next thing you know, the guy gets Tommy John. So it shows.
And see, that's where I feel like the youth baseball system is kind of failing young players because, as a coach myself, like I don't want to teach anything different than a fastball. You don't need
Yeah,
to be using your wrist. You don't need to be throwing anything. If your fingers aren't behind the ball, you don't need to throw it. I
yeah.
let's get the fundamentals down.
I think that's where people get lost. They don't start at the basics. They don't master the basics before moving on to the more advanced stuff.
So, my question is, and I noticed this last year mainly with Garrett Cole. Okay, not to shift gears too much, but with Garrett Cole last year, he went with the PRP injections
Yeah,
early on rather than opting for the Tommy Johns. I've noticed that the PRP injections don't work successfully to get them out of the Tommy John surgery. Are they like? Do you think they're opting for the Tommy John surgery preemptively or like unnecessarily, or is this the PRP they're just hoping for something so they don't have to do surgery?
I think the PRP is just a temporary fix. It's not meant to fix or reconstruct or anything like that. Because the reason people get Tommy John surgery is because the ligament is shot. It's completely torn, and it needs to be um, not repaired, it has to be replaced. So they'll take a piece of like the hamstring or something like that, the hamstring ligament, and then recreate a new ligament in the elbow. So they're not going to do Tommy John. They shouldn't do Tommy John just for the sake of like doing Tommy John, but it's really just putting it off. And then you see with the braces now also, when it's a little bit torn, there's a partial tear. They'll get the brace, which is also pretty successful, but it's still going to happen. And with Cole, he got once I saw that he had the damage, I was like, he needs Tommy John or he needs a brace, whatever he needs to fix it. He's gonna put it off, come back in playoffs. He came back in playoffs, threw as hard as he could, and then it didn't matter. They lost, and he still got, the surgery, regardless of whatever they tried. So, and he loses all this season when he could have, been back earlier than later, had
Yep.
he just got it fixed properly the right time, the first time.
And that's kind of like my fear with like Luis Gill coming back. Like I feel like he's another one that's going to end up with Tommy John surgery here in the near future.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys to watch because of how he delivers. I think right now was he hurt his shoulder. I think it was the
Yeah, it
impingement.
was his shoulder.
So yeah, so that just tells you like something's already up.
Yep. Because once these players start, really getting into other aspects of their throwing motion, trying to compensate for the elbow, they're just causing more undue harm.
Or in his case, he's trying to compensate for the shoulder.
Yep.
Do you think they should throw more in spring training to help with their shoulder? Because I feel like spring training does these pitchers no justice because they throw like 2 innings and then they're done. And then 3 weeks later, when the season starts, oh, you got to go get me 5 innings, kid.
Yeah, I think spring training should be a little bit longer. Even if it's not like official, they should be reporting sooner and just getting more ready, more MLB ready than they are now. So this way that these guys can get the proper warm ups and innings under their belts. This way they can go 6 innings, 7 innings, whatever it is. I mean, how many quality starts do we see in a season per pitcher? 4 or 5 on average, if they're lucky.
If you're
Yeah.
lucky.
Good ones 10.
I know me and you chat and when we were talking to set this up that I thought it was the pitch clock. Why do so many people think it's the pitch clock with Tommy John nowadays?
They think it's the pitch clock, the pitch clock because there's less time in between pitches. Like, what is it? You get like the 15 seconds or whatever it
Yeah,
is to
and the
set up.
25.
You look at the batter, and then you have to start the delivery, and it can't be too long, or else you get the penalty or whatever it is. But I I I don't think it's having that much of an effect because if you just look at pitchers, you talk to doctors, you talk to guys that work with physical therapists and all that stuff. They're all like the mechanics are shot. It doesn't matter about how long in between. They're rushed. They're not properly throwing the ball to preserve their elbows. They're putting way too much force, way too much stress, and you know they can repeat their delivery without the pitch clock being a detriment to their mechanics.
I feel as though analytics has like ruined the game of baseball for that because 10 years, 15 years ago, we didn't have the analytics of spin rate and drop rate and where the
Yep.
pitches are. And certainly didn't have tablets in the dugout to tell you that. You had guys like Maddox who had drop on insane pitches. And even Kershaw, when he started, his curveball would drop. And, you didn't have the drop rate. You didn't have the spin rate of these pitches. But now you can get it in the dugout. And it's almost like now the pitchers feel like they have to do more.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think I'm anti-analytics when it comes to everything, advanced stats, all that stuff. I don't think it helps players get better. But I think that players are trying to do what they can't do now. Like they're learning these pitches, and these guys will go 25, 26 years pitching a certain way, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, add a sweeper, add a splitter, add a splinker, whatever you want to call it, add a weird cutter. And these guys aren't used to it, so they're they're making they're trying their best to deliver these pitches when they're not like effective physically.
And that's my biggest thing is, and that goes into my next question is more so like, so we've seen like Otani, he just had the Tommy John surgery and he's coming back and everyone's raving, oh, he's throwing 100, he's throwing 101. I feel like you're coming off of surgery, the last thing you need to do is be gassing it as hard as you can.
Yeah, I the Dodgers pitching staff, along with the Yankees, and now newly joined is the Diamondbacks organization. They're just not developing pictures correctly. Whatever they're doing behind the scenes, their staff is just hurting players. Whatever they're doing, whatever they're teaching, whatever analytics, whatever is going on, they're not benefiting the pitchers. So Otani probably shouldn't be throwing 102 off the bat. He probably shouldn't even be pitching soon. He was supposed to come after All-Star break, but I think they rushed it before All-Star break. And again, the guys I talked to, they're like, he's not looking like he didn't change anything. He looks exactly the same as before, and if you look exactly the same as before, you're probably going to get hurt again.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
because
be surprised if he just goes full-time DH at this point.
and honestly, that's the rough part about it is he can play the outfield and all these other positions, but once your arm goes and has that damage, like your usefulness kind of falls off.
You're paying him
Do you think?
$700 million to pitch and bat.
Yeah. Do you think they throw harder after the surgery? Because I've noticed a lot of other people that have had Tommy John threw 1 to 2 miles per hour faster after surgery. Is that? Do you think that's helping Ohtani, or do you think Ohtani's just trying to throw harder so he can pitch?
So obviously, when you have like the damage to the ligament, you're going to throw a little bit less harder. But now you have basically a brand new ligament, so it doesn't surprise me that he's throwing harder and that these players can throw harder after coming back, because it's like I said, it's like you have a full 100% working functional ligament. So if they found a way to increase their velo, of course it's going to go up. Is it for the best? That's a whole different story.
I'm just what drives me crazy is we've got guys who've never had Tommy John surgery
Yeah.
and have a full long career. So it's like, is there something that we should be looking at for development that reduces the risk of those injuries? And what does that look like?
So guys like Aroldis Chapman is probably what you're referring to. He can
Right.
throw as hard as he wants, but if you look at his mechanics, he has a very strong core and very strong legs. And you can say the same for Spencer Strider, but he doesn't deliver the ball like Aroldis Chapman does. He uses a lot more force in his elbow, where Aroldis Chapman uses like 90% legs.
Yeah.
So he's not holding his elbow. He's pushing it almost, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you think they're coming back too soon after Tommy John? Because I felt like Ohtani shouldn't have pitched till like almost postseason this year. From a coaching standpoint, I wouldn't have pitched him.
Like the thing with this is, and like Tommy John himself and Tommy John's son or grandson, I forget who it is. Uh, they're very adamant on the process of recovery and what's it called, and training and all that. So it really depends on how much effort, how well you prepare to return. So I feel like if you're rushing back, you're not getting the full rehab experience. And then not only is it the rehab, it's the prevention. So a lot of players get back and they'll be like, "Okay, I'm good. I don't need to keep doing the stuff to keep my elbow healthy. I can change my program up completely and chase the velo or whatever it is. Work on different things." But uh, they were very adamant on the rehab process, and they said the reason why Tommy John came back from his surgery and was able to have such a long, successful career post surgery is because of the measures he was able to take to keep his elbow healthy post surgery, and throughout the season, which I think that's what gets lost, like that in between rehab and coming back, or I'm sorry, not the rehab and coming back. It's the rehab and during the season. So
Maintaining that
once,
rehab.
correct, maintaining that program, maintaining the ways to stay healthy.
Because so with that ligament, would it be beneficial to strengthen the muscles around it? The tricep, the forearm, and
Yes.
things like that to help because and everybody says it with pitching because of the pronation and the supination, depending on the pitch you're throwing. That's not a natural motion for the arm. That's not a natural motion for the elbow. None of it.
Yeah.
So
So
strengthening those muscles, in theory, should help.
Yes, so strengthening the muscles around it definitely helps. There's a lot of like mini and small microscopic muscles that you don't use all the time, that you don't work out all the time, and there's only certain ways to work it out. So like focusing on those definitely help. I'm not no doctor or anything like that, but all this they always tell me like there's these small muscles around the big muscles that we work out around the triceps, around the biceps, and all that. That those need to be strengthened in order to stay successful and healthy.
So, what do you think doctors can do to help this not happen as often? Because I feel like once they have it, I feel like they're prone to having it again.
The doctors can't do anything. The doctors are just there to fix it. It's the pitching staff that they need to reevaluate. Um, they can work with the doctors, I guess, to find more
Because I feel like the
good.
trainers and pitching staff should work together more on some of these guys, like the Dodgers.
Yeah,
And not to point out your Yankees over there, but y'all's pitchers look like an ER room.
yeah, no, definitely. They're going down left and right. Like the the doctors at the Yankees, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how much involvement they have, but whatever they're doing is not working because we see too many pitchers from them going down. Like Jordan Montgomery went from the Yankees to the Rangers to the Diamondbacks. He was definitely hurt from the Yankees. He went to the Rangers, looked like he didn't look good, if
No.
I remember correctly. And then he went to the Diamondbacks and he was completely shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I'm at the point where like you would think a league that is so big on analytics would look at the statistics of how much they're getting injured and then start looking at the things that would fix it and help these players. You would think someone that analytically driven would think about that.
I mean, yeah, you would think that the analytics would help, but at the same time, it's like it could also be like too much information is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as a Brave fan, I saw your post on Swallenbach. Do you think he's going to be prone to it next year? Because I feel like
Schwellenbach,
with the fractured elbow, I feel like that's a sign that we should, as a Brave staff, they should look at, because I feel like it could happen.
yeah. So the thing with Schwellenbach is I'm not too sure about the fractured elbow. I don't know how much that has to do with the UCL exactly because they were like he's not really going to get surgery. So I have to do a little bit more research on that correlation.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just curious because they said he didn't need surgery, but they're like no
yeah,
muscles were torn. I'm like, that's a little too close to the shoulder
Yeah.
yeah.
for
Because
my
they
take.
first posted it like Schwellenbach getting surgery, so I was like, all right, I gotta post him. And then all of a
Yeah,
sudden, like the next day, they were like, oh, he's not getting surgery. It's like, oh shoot.
yeah. Oh no, I was right there. I saw your post. And I was like, oh, there goes one more pitcher to the
Yep.
fantasy IL.
Yeah.
So
But
But I think we've covered pretty much all of our questions. So where can our listeners, find your social media and just, kind of tell them about that real quick for us?
so I'm on Instagram primarily at Tommy John Surgery. I've been doing it for about a year now. It's all me. I don't have anybody helping me. I have Twitter that I use, Tommy John Surgery without the H. Don't post on that much. Use that for just kind of getting updates and stuff. But other than that, that's really it. Threads is just automatically connected, and
Well,
about it.
well, I do really appreciate your time today for coming on and talking to us about everything. Um, Chris, you have anything?
no, I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, there we go.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That
Yes.
was pretty great. And honestly,
Big shout out to man.
awesome. Good job. Appreciate you so much. That was, for our first guest, I feel like we did pretty well. I think that's a pretty good way to start it out.
Definitely.
But that's the big thing is like, I know it's sports, and in any sport there's going to be injuries, but like, I just feel like every year we just see more and more and more, or maybe it's just more publicly, noticed. But like, Bregman went out on injury, he went out on injury most of the season. Hopefully, he's coming back soon. The Yankees have been plagued with injuries. Like he said, the Diamondbacks have been plagued with injuries. Like, I get it. Sports are demanding, and especially when you're playing 162 games with one day off or a couple days off here and there. Like, I get it. I understand the body is not meant for that, but there should be a lot more that we're doing developmentally and as a team with the organizations and their training staff. Like, how much of the blame can we really put on the training staff for all these injuries? And I'm not even just saying pitchers.
Well, as a wonderful Braves fan, how many injuries have we had pitching wise?
Yep.
You got to think
3.
So
Shawver.
Well, let's go back to the year that we won the good old World Series. Okay. Even though it was a freak injury, Soroka tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie Morton broken leg, but he got hit by a ball, so can't really say anything. We didn't really have any throwing injuries that year. Okay. The following year, Max Fried started having shoulder pain.
Right.
Had 2 stints on the IR. Injury reserve thing for shoulder.
Right.
Ian Anderson ended up needing Tommy John. Okay. Hasn't really been the same since. Now, skip a year. You got to think. Strider got hurt 2024. You have AJ Smith-Shawver that, Tommy John.
He just went out.
Spencer Schwallenbach, broken elbow.
Yeah. And honestly,
that could lead to something else. Who knows?
Who knows what is all involved with that injury?
And you got to think last year I forgot about AJ Minter. He had shoulder surgery.
You've had Sale, who's in the past been injury prone.
Yeah, I think it's odd to say Sale is our healthiest pitcher.
And
at his age.
Yeah. And then the worst part is, like, you guys, Spencer Strider's been back and forth in the IL most of the year after coming back from Tommy John's himself. Like, but just the same, like, you've had players go out for longer terms. Jazz went out for a little while on a hamstring. It's like, are we not, as a training staff, is there not a proper regimen for these players to be, like, training? Like, I understand during the season, the weight room is not your friend.
Yeah, and depending on your schedule, like there were stints for the Braves where they played 17 games straight. So I see it, but my thing is, you have a training staff for a reason. I know there's only limited time you can do it, but what can you do to help them? Like, I don't know. I feel like I just want to poke them with a stick and say, do better.
I also know that, like, during the off season, we don't know what these players do.
No.
Like, not all of them after the season is over are just going to go home, sit on the couch, have some pool parties and hang out with the family. I get it. They're going to do that for a few weeks, but you're not just sitting there eating bonbons watching your favorite soap operas, okay? These guys are professional athletes.
Yep.
If they sit for 3-4 months, that could be rough to come back from. So these players are still working out, still practicing, still pitching, still doing things off the tee during off season. So, like, the question is, you're never really taking a break. So what are you doing to keep yourself healthy? Like, ice baths and stretching and all this stuff, cool. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, look at guys like Trevor Bauer, okay? And I only use this example because of how much, people can go out there and watch any of his videos and see it, okay? Trevor has, during the season workouts, out of the season workouts, and the man's never had Tommy John surgery. He's never needed it.
No.
Because of how not aggressive, but how much further he goes with his conditioning and training through the season. And it's like, as a professional athlete, is not everyone doing that? I kind of figured that was a given.
Yeah, because I pulled up something. I should have pulled it up when we had our host, but let's see. Where'd it go? I was trying to figure out how many total Tommy John surgeries there has been this season.
Oh, this season?
Yeah, because I feel like the number is way higher than it was last year.
My thing is, we're seeing a lot of strains, calf strains, hamstring strains. Like, I get it, you're running a lot, but like, are y'all really just not stretching properly? Like, come on.
I know the Braves game we went to, they stretch before they even put on their jersey. They're out there in like shorts and stuff.
Yeah, and that rightfully so. They should be.
But I don't know. Like,
because I know at my age, I'm only 29. I get it. I understand that. But I feel it. Okay. I can't just go and have a full blown workout heavy chest one day, and then go to the gym the next day and work shoulders without stretching because I have no mobility. Like, so, I have to stretch. So it's like, are y'all really like ignoring your body? Like, pain is your body telling you, hey, I need some help here,
Yeah. No, 100%. I don't know.
I would like to see, you would, and like I said during, our interview with our guest was, you would think a league so focused on analytics would focus on the fact that maybe they should readjust how they work with players.
Yeah. You know what I just thought? Since they've changed the baseballs over the years, is it the baseballs that caused this?
No. So I think,
because I feel like in the 90s we didn't have this many Tommy Johns. I'm just saying. If that shows my age or not or something.
I mean, but the Tommy John surgery's been around since 1974 when Tommy John himself got that surgery.
Oh, yes. No, I agree. But I feel like since 2020, I feel like there's been more Tommy Johns in that stretch than from like 2000 to 2005.
Right.
And we had different baseballs back then.
I get that. Like,
yeah,
they've changed the balls now to fly better and be lighter and higher seams and all this other stuff. Like,
yeah,
but I can't see the ball being the reasoning for it. Like, it's honestly been the focus of get the ball over the plate as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, I get it. It sucks, but like, these players are not going to get better without better development.
100%. All right. You want to talk about some standings or some stats, sir?
Let's go into our stats. We're going into, today is 7-Eleven. It's kind of funny, 7-Eleven day. Yeah. But
go get your Slurpees now, folks.
So we got the home run derby next week on July 14th and everything coming up. So it's a few days away. I get it. We're gonna try to have a quick episode next week, but I do want to go over like the league leaders and the stat leaders right now for like home runs, batting average, things like that. Unfortunately, the AL is kind of, dominated, but we'll go into, the baseball stats of everything, because I think it'd be kind of cool to go over this. We haven't done it in a few weeks, and I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, we know who's not leading the your good old Yankee Judge. I feel like he gave up the good old home run race.
I mean, it's not really like he gave up. It's still close.
Still close?
Because, I mean, it's not bad. Let me see if I can find that information, Chris.
I think I went to the wrong website.
Did you go to the wrong website?
Yeah, I should have went to ESDL.
I always thought we got it through MOB.
Yeah,
network.
I've never actually used their website. I always used the... Right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I can hit. With hits, leading the... I just want the AL. I want all teams. Well, we'll just do hits. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Hits, you got Aaron Judge at 122 hits. Trey Turner in second with 111, tied with Jacob Wilson with 111, Bobby Witt 109, and Bo Bichette with 106 as your top 5 hitters with hits this season.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, is it weird to say Judge needs to watch out? Shortstop Nation is coming right behind him.
Come on now.
But
I mean, I understand there's like 4 shortstops there, but like, come on.
listen,
Come on.
Jacob Wilson, young gun. Just saying. All right, what category you want to go next? Home runs, RBIs?
Let's go home runs. Let's see who's leading the home run race.
The man, the myth, the legend. Cal Riley, the catcher. For the good old Seattle Mariners. Yeah. Almost called them Seahawks.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to win in Seattle.
Yeah.
We were able to sweep them finally.
Yeah. But Cal Riley, 36 home runs, followed by Judge at 34. Ohtani, 31. Kyle Schwarber at 29. And
Eugenio Suarez. Yeah, we know you don't like him.
Nah, tied with 29 with Schwarber. Well, I think he's going to be traded. But
I think
that's
2 of those
story.
fall off. I think Suarez falls off, though.
And Pete Armstrong rounding out the top 5 at 25.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Armstrong, listen, Armstrong's going to go 30-30 because I think he's got 27 stolen bases so far this season.
Well, we'll have to go over their stolen bases because that's a category I love talking about.
Holy cow. Who is Jose Caballero?
He is. Hold on. I'll pull him up.
I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he took over for Hyesung Kim when he got hurt. So they're probably going to move him to second or move Kim to second.
Shortstop with 31 stolen bases. He's leading the league in stolen bases. Imagine if they would have left Chandler Simpson in the league right now, how many stolen bases he would have by now.
Well, it's funny. Chandler Simpson is in the top 4, but we'll get to him next. Odell Cruz. Okay,
with 28 stolen bases. Right behind him, Pete Crow Armstrong at number 3 with 27. Chandler Simpson at number 4 with 26. Bro isn't even like he's not been active all season, and he's one of the top 4 with stolen bases.
And then you got Jose Ramirez with 25. Okay,
I don't know how I feel about that because like Jose Ramirez has stolen bases, and dude doesn't look like he should be able to steal a bag.
I'm just gonna say it. That big man got some wheels. Okay, because I'm kind of shocked by that.
Because like he's tied for 5th with Bobby Witt, which I expect.
Yeah,
kind of expect that one.
Yeah, it's weird not seeing Ellie in the top 5, but he's in the top 10. No,
I mean, yeah. What's our RBI leaders?
Oh, this is pretty interesting list.
Aaron Judge. Wow, holy cow! The number 2 is Seiya Suzuki with 77. Judge has 78. Seiya Suzuki's a DH.
Yep.
And he's second for RBIs.
Yeah, and then you got Pete Alonso with 76.
Tied for 3rd
with Cal Riley at 7. And then you got good old Suarez rounding out the top 5 with 75.
That's not bad.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. Looking back to our first episode of the Tokyo series, it's weird thinking these Cubs are all in these league leaders. It's kind of odd.
I am somewhat surprised by that, to be honest with you. What about our?
We got to go to triples because it's very odd.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the triples.
Yeah, I looked at it yesterday because when you look at this list, you're going to be like, oh. So leading in triples,
tied for first,
is Corbin Carroll and Jarren Durant at 10.
Okay.
Then you have Zach McKinstry at 8.
I'm surprised there's been this many triples hit.
Okay. Chung Ho Lee. Okay.
Tied
7.
For 4th with Ohtani.
At 7. Okay.
Mickey Moniak's in the top 5 for triples with 6.
Yes. That's what I said. It gets pretty interesting because...
That's... What?
Yes, because here's the thing. What have you heard of Corbin Carroll all season?
Not much at all.
You know? But Jarren Durant, okay? You play him. Did you think that Jarren Durant had that much speed?
Yes. Honestly, yeah. I could see that.
But I didn't think he was in the top 4.
Not for triples,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I figured he was probably, top 12, top 15. So
Do you want to go to pitchers?
yeah, we're gonna go touch the wonderful pitchers. That arms are still not jello yet. Okay,
Not yet.
not yet.
Who's
So,
got the wins?
who's got the wins?
Of course. Oh,
Max
what?
Fried with 11, and then Freddie Peralta
With 10.
10. With you ready for this?
Tied with two other players.
Yeah, with Scooble, and
Framber Valdez.
ooh man, I did not
All
think.
tied for second?
Yep, with Chris Basket rounding in at the top 5 out.
There's a lot with 9 wins. So like
Yeah.
the top 5, they're all kind of tied
Yeah.
for it. But like I didn't realize Max Fried led that much with wins. Even like Scooball's 10-2 and Fried's 11-2.
I'm just gonna say, I think you owe the man in second place apology because y'all bullied him to start the season.
No, we didn't bully Peralta. We bullied
Y'all bullied the whole
Nestor.
organization.
Okay, maybe the whole. Okay, fine. Fine.
I'm just saying.
Milwaukee Nation, do better.
Hey, I was surprised that he has that much because I was going to apologize too because after y'all swept him, remember, I was like, it's going to be a sad, sad day to be Milwaukee.
Honestly, Milwaukee's turning it around. I'm scared. Well, not scared because it's Milwaukee, but
well, I was going to say the Cubbies need to keep the pedal to the floor and get it there.
I need the Cubs to lose.
You would rather play the Cubs in the World Series than the Dodgers. I hate to tell you.
Yes, but I don't want the Cubs to win anything because Watson.
Oh. Well, we'll have to touch that in a minute. Let's go to ERA. Okay. We're going to have a moment of silence for Paul Skeen's winning record.
Paul Skeen's record is 4-7, by the way, but he leads the league with a 1.94 ERA.
Yep, and that's the same amount of runs he gets a game. For help.
Not even. Bro doesn't listen. The ERA to help the man is like a 0.5.
Yeah.
Like he does not get run support.
And then you got a good old Scooble doing what he does best with the 202.
Okay.
I'm really surprised by Zach Wheeler.
With a 2.17?
Yeah,
wow.
because
I do have him in fantasy, but I didn't think he was doing that good.
Yeah, and then you got Hunter Brown. Okay, just gonna say it, stud in the making.
2.2, yeah.
And then you got
Max Fried at number 5.
Braves Nation. We miss you, Max.
2.27.
Yeah, come back.
And honestly, like I've watched his last couple starts. He does give up a few runs and a few hits, but like he's a good enough batter. Excuse me.
Oh no,
a
he
good
hits
enough
stingers.
Pitcher to get the batters to swing and be out.
Yep.
Like he gets himself out of tough situations. So
Yeah,
I can't complain about Fried.
Let's go to complete games because this is an odd one.
We've had one player has 2 complete games.
Yep.
That's terrible. The only person to have 2 complete games this season is Framber Valdez. Hey, do me a favor. Hit the games started. Or hold on. Do we have quality starts? Scroll over and see if we have quality starts real quick. Because that's what I'm curious of. Because, we talked about that briefly in the interview. Just go to GS. That'd be close enough to it. So for games started, and games started, if I remember correctly, to qualify for a game started by the pitcher as defined by who threw the first pitch for their team. That's not it. Games in which the pitcher threw.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to see if there's another stat.
Because I was trying to see if because it's like, what is it? A quality start would be ideal.
Yeah,
but
I'll have to look
anyway,
that up.
No big deal. But for games started, everyone's going to have 19 for the most part. So
yeah,
it's kind of.
Well, I was going to go to shutouts because it's very, very short list. Okay.
Okay, because we only have, was that 10 all tied for number 1 because they've all had 1 shutout.
Yeah, and what's crazy is some of the names on this list.
Okay.
Andrew Abbott, Nathan Eovaldi, Eric Freddie, Sonny Gray, Michael King, Stephen Kolick, David Peterson, Scooble.
All with 1 shutout game.
Yes.
I mean, that's not bad.
Well, look at this list. How many of those do you think are a shutout pitcher?
Eovaldi.
Okay.
Michael King, and Scooble.
Yes. It's kind of shocking to say
I mean, I could probably throw Sonny Gray in there, but that's maybe.
You better take Sonny Gray 5 years back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, pitching, like, what about the saves?
Saves is kind of interesting. You got Robert Suarez, 27. Carlos Estevans with 25. Then you have him tied with Josh Hader. Okay. Then you have Jeff Hoffman, 22. And then Trevor McGill at 21. And he's tied with Andrew Munez.
Huh.
I'm just going to say it out of this list. Josh Hader, Jeff Hoffman, all new teams.
They are, yeah.
New teams doing work. Let's go to save opportunities because I'm just curious who's. Okay, so Suarez is 27 for 20. I meant 27 for 30. Carlos
Estevez
25 and 28. Andrew Munez 21 out of 27. Hoffman 22 out of 26. Josh Hader 20.
Perfect. 25 for 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For save opportunities. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Let's go to strikeouts and then
yeah, the league leaders in strikeouts would be
the Braves organization because we're just helping every team.
You guys like to swing at everything.
Yeah, we do. We got Garrett Crochet, the Boston, 151. Skubal, of course, he's in the top.
Of course, 148.
Yeah, and then you got Zach Wheeler tied with him at 148.
Mackenzie Gore still up there with 138. Wow. And then Logan Webb with 133.
Yeah,
I mean, these lists changed a little bit, but not as much considering, where we started the season.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I'm going to click a category just for entertainment purposes.
The teams with the most losses. So you mean Colorado, White Sox, and the Athletics. Got it.
Well, no. You ready for this? So you have two Colorado pitchers. Antonio, I'm going to leave that to...
Antonio Senzatella.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that to Ethan. And then you have Kyle Freeland. Antonio is 3 for 13 win-loss record. Then you have Kyle Freeland 1 and 10. But Mitch Keller, okay, he's not getting much run support either. 3 and 10.
The Pirates in general just don't know how to hit.
Yeah. And then the only reason I bring this up is the guy tied for second.
Okay. The guy tied for second is
Luis Severino.
Luis Severino. Yes. Oh no.
Do you think he's regretting that decision going to Oakland yet?
I think he regrets the decision leaving New York.
Yeah. So,
but you know what? Hey, good on you, bro.
Yeah.
What are the standings? What are our I know the East.
You know the East?
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, so the AL East, you have Toronto Blue Jays at 54 and 39 with a 581 win percentage. 9-1 in the last 10. Yankees.
We don't like those guys.
Listen,
the Mod Podge team needs to go back to Mod Podging.
The New York Yankees, 52 and 41 with a 559 winning percentage, 2 games back, and a 3-point game wild card lead. How's it feel to be a Yankee fan right now?
Yeah, I don't want wild card. I want my division.
And then you have Tampa Bay Rays at 50 and 44.
Doing Tampa Bay Ray things.
532, 4.5 back with a 0.5 lead of the wild card.
Stay there.
Then you got Boston Red Sox 50 and 45, 526, 5 games back. Boston's still there.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the fight, but Baltimore is not. 42 and 50, 11.5 back.
Whew. But they're only 6.5 back from the wild card, okay?
That's okay. There's other teams that will beat them for the wild card.
The next division, we're going to go to the AL Central, where I'm going to have to apologize because Easton's pick is no longer in 4th place, but we'll get to them. You got the Detroit Tigers at 59 and 35 with a 628 win percentage.
With the best record in the league.
That's sad because you can't beat them. You got the Kansas City Royals 46 and 48. 489. 13 games back though.
That's the problem. Listen, that division, you're not going to win it.
No.
You can close the gap a little, make yourself look better for wild card, but you're not beating the Tigers. I'm sorry, the Tigers are going to have one of the best seasons this year, and if they do not make it to the World Series, it will be a travesty, and that's coming from a Yankee fan.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be buyer heavy. I feel like there's going to be some moves this week.
You think so?
This week or next, I feel like they're going.
I don't know that they might need to add one more bat, but I don't think they need to add much else.
Listen, they want Durant bad.
That would work for them in the outfield.
You put him in left, you got Baez in center, you got Riley Green in right.
Yeah, that's
and then you're taking the left fielder and you're making him the DH every day. Woo, woo.
In third place, the Minnesota Twins are 45 and 48, 13 and a half back, 4 back on wild card. Cleveland is 43 and 48, 14 and a half back, and 5 back on the wild card.
Whew.
And then the White Sox, who are eliminated from the postseason, 31 wins, 62 losses, 27 and a half back in their division, and 18 back on the wild card.
Man.
You are eliminated from the postseason. Sorry.
Hey, they just played the Colorado Rockies. It was the most intriguing series of who didn't want to win.
No, thank you. That's a snore fest.
Oh, is that why you were falling asleep over there?
Probably.
All right.
Oh, this division looks just like I expect it to every year. I hate the Astros. The Astros are leading the AL West with 55 and 38. And they're them. I don't like that. Go away.
Then you got Seattle Mariners, 48 and 45.
We just got the brooms out on them.
7 games back. They're 5 and 5. You know, they just need if they can sweep the Astros, one good series coming out of the All-Star break, they'd be right back in it.
I mean, what about the Rangers? They're sitting at 46 and 48. They're 9.5 back, but 3.5 on the wild card.
If I had a little red button that says sell, 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 that's what's going to happen with the Rangers, I feel like.
Go ahead and send DeGrom to New York for me.
Oh,
Imagine what DeGrom would look like in pinstripes. Oh, it'd be beautiful.
No.
It would be beautiful.
No.
If Syndergaard was still pitching, I'd take him.
No, because he got no run support.
Yeah, he got no run support.
Yeah. And then you got the Angels. Listen.
I'm not fishing.
For a team that's 45 and 48, 10 games back, not doing bad with a manager that's probably not going to is not coaching. No. Listen, prayers up to Mr. Walsh because, I liked Ron Washington.
I think Washington will retire. He needs to.
No.
Just go ahead and let him retire.
Too soon. Don't
the
say
Athletics are 39 and 56, 17 back on their division and 11 back on the wild card. For a young team, didn't expect them to be anything good. They're not great, but they're showing glimpses of hope. Like their center fielder, I can't remember his name for the life of me now.
Is it Butler?
Butler, Lawrence Butler. Phenomenal player, just does not belong on that team. Like he's going to win a Gold Glove.
You could say that about Wilson. You could say about that Nick Kurtz.
Brent Rooker.
No, Brent Rooker's been there too long. He could have got out years ago. He chose to stay.
What about your division?
Oh man,
the NL East.
Well, we got the Phillies finally doing Philly-like things. 54 and 39 with a 581 win percentage. Then you got the Mets. 53 and 41, 584. Ooh. 1.5 back. Then you got the Miami Marlins, 42 and 50, 457, and 11.5 games back. Okay. Then you got the all-star host team, the Atlanta Braves. We have more injuries than we.
You guys are 2 and 8 in your last 10.
Yes, we are.
That is upsetting.
Well, we're 40 and 52, so trust me. The guy that's wearing a Braves jersey in this video, it's very upsetting.
Hey, it's okay. You're close with the Nationals. The Nationals are 38 and 55.
To a team that fired their manager. Okay.
Hey, maybe that's what you guys need to do.
I'm going to go and tell you. I wouldn't disagree with that. Keep our manager.
Coach got to go too.
Yeah, you can't make Freddie Gonzalez. Yeah. Listen, I would take Walt Weiss. I would take Brett Boone.
Those all have full-time jobs. You can't have those.
I mean, with the right money, Aaron Boone will leave New York.
Honestly, I wish we would just fire Aaron Boone. Can we fire? Can I petition to fire Aaron Boone as a Yankee fan? Can we fire Aaron Boone?
I mean, he got rid of DJ for you. What else you want from him? All right,
Stroman, get rid of it.
Oh.
Listen, Stroman pitched yesterday. Okay, you started this. You started this. 5 innings. 5 innings. Okay.
5. Okay.
3 hits.
3 hits.
2 earned runs. You mean to tell me 3 of your hits and you give up 2 earned runs? And we're counting that 5 innings as a good outing. Stroman needs to go. Send him back to the Cubs. Send him somewhere else. I don't care. DFA him.
Hey,
give him the LeMahieu treatment.
You know what that reminds me of? Your stats in MLB yesterday.
I want to talk
the
about
show.
it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
We had 3 hits as a team. 2 to this guy. That guy 1 and gave up the only run of the game.
Yeah, I gave up the only run. Okay. That batter.
I drove in the only run of the game. Okay. For our team. Okay. Just going to say it.
Uh-huh. You happy about that?
I didn't give up a home run for once. It wasn't me.
Fair enough.
You know, just like it wasn't me, but the Chicago Cubs, they are them boys from Chicago.
55-38.
Woo!
Leading their division.
But it's weird to say this. Looking back to week 1 of the season, thinking 53-40, Milwaukee Brewers 2 games back coming up.
And they're up 2.5 on the wild card.
I had them listed as sellers, but now that they're 2 games back, they might buy.
The Reds are going to be sellers at this rate.
Honestly, I don't think so. Here's why. Hear me out. We'll get to the Reds in a minute. Hold on.
But St. Louis is at 50-44, 5.5 back, 1 back on wild card.
Okay. And then Cincinnati Reds, they're 48-46, only 7.5 back, 3 games back from the wild card. Hear me out. What do the Reds need?
Pitchers.
Bullpen arms. Okay. We'll trade you Iglesias. You'll trade them Devin Williams.
Iglesias has already been with them once, so yeah, they might,
okay,
be open to him.
But they need a third baseman to play next to. They should go on down to Pittsburgh and try to get Hayes. Whoa. We don't put Baby in the corner, but we'll put Ethan in the corner for that comment.
Hey. Milwaukee has some nice hunting areas. Wisconsin's beautiful for some mountainous hunting.
No, we should not trade. We will trade Sean Murphy. We will trade
Paul Skeens. Can the Pirates just trade him already?
38-56, 17.5 back. You're eliminated from the playoffs. Sorry to say it.
Pittsburgh just needs to go ahead and sell Skeens while they can.
Well, I think they're going to sell Skeens. I think they're going to sell Haynes, the third baseman. I could see them trying to trade Odell Cruz because that man wants out.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. And then the West. The
Oh.
NL West.
Papa Rupert's Dodgers doing business at 56-38. But that lead, not very big right now. You got the Giants, 51-43, 5 games back, 6-4 in the last 10. Then you got the San Diego Padres. We can beat anybody except the Dodgers. At 50-43, 5.5 back. They're close.
Only a half game back on wild card.
And then you got the Arizona Diamondbacks, 46-48. They are going to sell. And do you know what the Yankees should do?
Buy up Gallen.
Nope. I'm going to tell you what you do. What does Suarez play? What position does Suarez play? Buddy?
I would love to get Suarez
He
at
plays
third base.
third base.
An offensive third baseman would be nice.
You trade Spencer Jones and another low-ranked prospect, and you trade to get them.
We trade Peraza.
They don't want Peraza. They want Spencer Jones. They need a right field and center field. Spencer Jones can play both. You get
Hurry
Suarez.
up and develop Lombard already, I can have him on the major league squad.
Because here's the thing. Then you have Suarez. You have Volpe at short. Second, you have Jazz. And then you have Goldsmith. But if you want to get really good, you just call Nolan Arenado.
Yeah. Colorado Rockies, though, also eliminated from the postseason.
21-72, 34.5 back, Ooh.
29.5 back on the wild card.
Okay. Do you think if the Rockies were in another division, do you think they're closer?
Are you kidding me? No, they can't compete with any of the other 29 teams in the league.
No. I meant, do you think they're closer in division?
No, because if you put them, okay, they have the single worst record in the league, Chris, 21-72.
I was trying to give Rocky Nation out there.
Scroll up, because Rockies are 21-72. The only other team close to them is the White Sox, and the White Sox still have more wins than the Rockies.
Yeah. Listen, I was trying to give
How
Rocky
can
Nation.
you play in a ballpark like Coors Field and not hit dingers all day? The elevation, the size, like, listen, they should be doing a lot better in Colorado than they are.
Yeah. Well, listen, I have to touch on one thing. Okay. One thing, sir. We gotta talk about this home run derby.
I don't like it. It's not. It's a joke.
It's a two-man race.
Wholeheartedly because of who's in it, but the players that are in the home run derby are not who I would consider home run hitters outside of Cal Raleigh and Ronald Acuna. And it's like the rest of the ones we got. I know Brent Rooker's announced that he's going to do it. Jazz Chisholm's announced that he's going to do it.
I feel like Jazz has more power out of the other ones.
I mean, yes and no. I don't see this race being good. Like Junior Caminero, he's announced, Buxton's announced, Brent Rooker, Cal Raleigh, O'Neal Cruz, and James Wood.
Yeah.
Those are who we have for the home run derby. And this group, I'm not real high on who's gonna win each round. I don't think they've even given us the bracket yet.
No, I was looking because
So current round 1, is that accurate?
I believe so. So okay. It'd be Ronald.
So Ronald as the first seed
versus Cal Riley, because Riley. So it goes by whoever has the most home run is the 1 seed. So it would be because Ronald has the least amount of home runs. It would be Cal Riley versus Ronald Acuna Jr. Hate to say it.
That's not a round I want to see early.
That's probably going to be your last round in the first round.
Yeah.
And you're knocking out
one of them out.
Yes. I want to see if Cal Riley switch hits. Even though I'm rooting for Ronald, if Ronald can't win, I want Cal to win.
As a Yankee, I want to see Jazz, but I know Jazz is not going to make it past the second round.
Yeah, and then second matchup, you got James Wood with 24 home runs this year.
Matched up with Byron Buxton.
Yeah, at 20.
Okay. That'd be a good matchup. Woods and Buxton.
I'm rooting for Woods just because to see a rookie win it. Last time we had a rookie was Ethan.
Last time we had a rookie win it, would have been Judge in 2017.
Yep. And then next matchup, you got.
O'Neal
I don't really
Cruz?
feel field ground balls, but I hit dangers. O'Neal Cruz with 16 versus
Junior Caminero, who has 23. I am high on this kid.
Yeah.
Like all season I have been. But for the home run derby, if it's not Jazz, I want Junior. Like,
you think so?
He's another rookie.
Yeah.
I will say this home run derby has a lot more rookies.
Yeah, I will say the next matchup, you got Brent Rooker. I feel like this matchup is going to be my least favorite to watch versus Jazz. Because you have Rooker with 19, Jazz with 17. To be honest, I'm not bashing a Yankee.
It's just not a.
But Jazz isn't a home run hitter.
He's not, and I'm not saying anything terrible about Jazz, but does he really belong in the home run derby? I don't feel that way.
No, I get players said no, and you kind of have to get whoever will agree.
Yeah, but
this, I'm gonna be honest. It excites me because Ronald's in it and it's in Atlanta. But now knowing he's up against Cal Riley
in the first round,
I'm going to tell you,
I'm not so big on it.
It's sad. It's sad.
It's a little upsetting. So
Yeah.
I mean, like the home run derby looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
and it could be, but as bad as it sounds, I'm not looking forward to the All-Star game this year.
Really?
Like, yeah, it looks good on paper, but like, I'm not super high on it this year, like I have been in years past.
Maybe I'll let you sleep on it a little bit, and we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll have some more to talk about next week after some of the games and everything.
You can pat your head on it.
Oh Lord, ABS. Yeah, I forgot they're adding ABS to the All-Star game. I think we get ABS going into next year. Oh, did you see Rob Manfred? Because the current agreement runs out in 2026, has proposed a salary cap.
Yes, I'm going to be honest, this was in the back of my head, and I wanted to pick your brain because you have been on this subject
all season.
I was going to say for about a year now, since the Dodgers beat you in the World Series. No offense, buddy. Hate to bring up a sore subject.
I don't care about salary cap, and here's why I say that. I'm a Yankees fan, and we spend money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to hurt me any more than it already does. Luxury tax already hurts.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of already have a ceiling, a salary cap with the luxury tax. Fair enough. I'm good with that. You need a salary floor.
Yes.
Teams like Tampa Bay, teams like Atlanta, teams like the Athletics should not have the payroll that they do as low as they do.
Atlanta's high up in payroll.
Are they?
Yeah, we're in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Now in Oakland and Tampa's defense, they're playing a lot of rookies that stand out.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But up to this point, you haven't done that. You're not paying anybody. Tampa Bay is notorious for getting good players, getting good production, trading them away. Same with Miami.
Yeah.
So it's like, when are you going to start investing in your team to actually be able to compete? And so I feel like a salary floor brings that more than a salary cap. And they're not talking about a floor. They're talking about just a cap. And while that does make it more challenging for teams like the Dodgers, who can't go and spend $1 million or $1 billion in payroll every year because they're capped out at like 500 million or whatever they end up agreeing to the cap being, is like, it makes it more strategic when you're running these teams and drafting and getting these players and offering contracts. But like, I feel like a salary floor is where you need to start.
Yeah. Yeah. And owners need to spend some money, aka the Braves, because I don't like being in fourth place. It's against my religion.
Yeah. So
there's an I in Chris and I in Win, and I like winning.
I will say
it's called Inside the Foul because there's an I inside.
But I think this will do it probably for this week.
Yeah.
We had our lovely guest. Unfortunately, Rupert has had a messed up work schedule and wasn't able to join us again. So,
well, before we leave, I have one thing to tell you.
What's that?
I made a mistake.
You made a mistake?
Yep.
Oh, no.
I have to complain about the All-Star ticket prices. Okay.
They're insane.
Yes. Okay. I want to touch on this because so the Future Star game and softball game is this Saturday.
Yep.
You can get those tickets for $10.
Yep.
Okay. The All-Star game for a standing spot that you don't even know where you're possibly going to be.
Right. $204
for a standing room spot. Well, no offense. I have children. They're not going to want to stand.
I am a big boy. I like to sit.
And then for a standing room seat only, is like $300. But, a family of 4.
Holy cow.
Section 140 of the Braves Stadium, right down left field, is $607.
For a ticket.
No, for a ticket. Yes.
Ticket that's each. Yeah, 600 a piece.
Yeah. So, yes, that's $600 a piece, and a family of 4. Because if I go, I would want my kids to experience the All-Star game like I wanted to as a kid. That is ridiculous. Come on, baseball. I get it. It's your biggest game of the year.
But the ticket prices hold on. So we also looked at the ticket prices the following week because the Yankees are in town against the Braves.
Yes.
And those ticket prices are almost as bad as the All-Star game.
Yes.
Like, I get it. The big name teams draw more, but that doesn't mean capitalize on it financially because you got big name teams and they'll come. It's not affordable.
Yeah. Cause I'll look at the Yankee game really quick. Cause just because I wanted to take my kids because for the All-Star Village, you can get into the All-Star Village for $20 a person.
Yeah.
And be outside, and players are going to sign autographs. Yes, you're going to wait in a long line, But that $20, your kid's going to experience more than the $600 you're going to pay.
By far.
But the Yankee game, a piece for row 7 behind home base is $1,000 for the Yankee game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nosebleeds up in like the second level are like $400, $273.
Yeah.
Like if you want a good seat to see the game, even to go down the foul line, you almost have to sit in far left corner to get a ticket for $125, and that's still third level.
Yeah. Yeah. And if your kids like mine and Ethan's kid that want to try to catch a home run ball, it's $184.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I understand if it's one person going, $184 doesn't
Not
seem
bad.
like a lot.
But a family of 4
and a hotel,
yes.
or wherever you're staying with family or whatever, you still got to eat, and it's like that's not affordable.
Yeah,
it's really not.
Yeah,
like I understand minor league games like have me spoiled at like $10 to $40 a ticket, but like that's not that bad.
Yeah,
but major league games, I would expect $100, $150, but you're out here $200, $400. Like, come on, we got to do better.
Yeah, no, I had a buddy. The only reason I was looking up prices, Watson in our chat goes, "You want to meet at the All-Star game?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll check prices. Maybe they went down. Maybe it was just because it was only like limited." Nah, I checked him and I replied back, "Nah, bruh, I'll meet you at my couch."
I'll be watching from my couch. It's free there.
You know what? We have to talk about one more thing. We have to talk about fantasy because I feel like there's an unhappy person to the right of me.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it? Well, I got to give the people their weekly update of fantasy.
I am doing my best.
You are. You know, I wish you well against Watson, but, you know, there's only a few people that can beat Watson. Hey, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Yes, you are. I'm very proud of you.
I was closer yesterday, but there was some mismanagement on my side.
Oh, would you like to talk about that?
No. I did.
Well, I was just going to give a standing recap. I didn't know. I thought you were like 10 points away, so I didn't.
I was yesterday, but after last night's games, I had some players that performed better on my bench.
Oh.
So I'm down like 18, almost 20, give or take.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, I was expecting it to be worse. Okay. Well, we're gonna close it out with this weekly segment of updates. So you, and if y'all people are listeners, if y'all want to join, we are gonna try to expand the league next year. So leave us a comment. We'll get you in the league. We got in the East Division. You got Joe Strider, 11-4, 100% locked into the playoffs. Chicks dig the long ball at 7-8. With a 99% chance to make the playoffs. Okay. Then you got Tap at 3-12. That promotion really kicked his butt. He was in it.
Yeah, he was. He tried.
Then you got Brock's best team out there. You know, listen, his record as a manager, not so good on fantasy. But he's killing it as a coach. His team is 16-1 right now. Those Ohio boys are killing it.
You got to make sacrifices sometimes, and fantasy is the one he's making.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah. Then you got Watson at 13-2. Wonder who those 2 losses are. He's locked for the playoffs.
To you.
Yeah. And then you got Lift Small Bunt the Ball, 13-2. Your only 2 losses are to Watson, I think.
I think it's funny. The only 2 losses I have are to Watson.
Yep.
Watson's only 2 losses are to you, and you haven't beat me this season.
Yeah, we won't
like that.
We try not to bring that up.
These things don't make sense to me.
Well, I will make sense. Watson says I am his kryptonite and he's Superman, because he's struggled ever since our second year in fantasy together. First year he dominated me. I said I will never lose to you again. And then you got throw me a bone, would you? At 7-8.
They have a chance of. Listen, my entire division has a chance of making the playoffs, sir.
Yeah.
Only you have a sure chance. Maybe Papa Rupert. If
Papa Rupert's going to make it
to make the playoffs.
And then you got Hot Pocket Corner, our other co-host, at 6-9. We're just going to say 6-10 because I'm taking that this week.
You're beating him this week.
I am. It is. We'll look at the scoreboard really quick because it's pretty brutal. I think I'm up by like 200 points. I am beating him
318 to 164.
Yeah, it's not close.
On Tap is beating Brock 258 to 123.
Whew. Let's go Tap.
The matchup everyone's watching, Watson and myself. Watson's beating me 262 to 245.
Whew.
That's going to be a fight all week.
Yeah, and then you got a Hot Pocket Corner, 224 to throw me a bone, 155. So Papa Rupert's locking himself in the playoffs.
Mm.
Hold on. Wait. I messed up. I'm playing Papa Rupert. Rupert is winning.
Rupert's winning?
Yeah, oh. Rupert is winning. That is Rupert down there.
Oh, that is. Okay.
Yeah, I get the S Rupert.
Papa Rupert.
Yeah, I'm beating up Papa Rupert.
Oh, man. Poor guy.
Yeah, sorry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening in to episode 24.
Yeah. Until next time.
Yep. Later.